Welcome back to The Unveil. I'm your host, Destiny, and today we're talking about something that I know many of you have lived: the experience of coming out of a relationship and realizing, I don't know who I am without this person. Maybe you were in it for years. Maybe you slowly shape yourself around them, their preference, their schedules, their needs, their worldview. Maybe you gave your friendship, hobbies, piece of yourself that you thought weren't important at that time. Maybe you looked up one day in the relationship or after it ended and realized that somewhere along the way you got lost. If that's you, this episode is for you. You're not alone, and finding your way back is possible. First, let me name something important. Losing yourself in a relationship is not a sign of weakness or stupidity. It is an extremely common human experience, especially for people who are empathic, who are a people pleaser, or who have an anxious attachment style. Real quick, we talk a lot on this podcast about taking care of yourself, and today's sponsor is a brand that takes that seriously in a whole different way. Prep Starts Now is a family emergency preparedness brand. And honestly, being prepared is a form of self-love. Knowing your family is protected, having a plan, having your 72-hour kick ready, that's a peace of mind. And peace of mind is a part of healing. They have a full prep shop, an academy to learn from, and even supplements to keep you healthy and ready. Check them out at prepstartsnow.com. Link is in the show notes. When we attach deeply to someone, especially if that relationship becomes the center of our world, we often consciously begin to organize our identity around it. Their happiness becomes our project. Their preference begins to shape ours. Our sense of safety becomes tied to the relationship stability. And piece by piece, our individual self can become subsumed. This happens even in loving relationships, even in relationships that weren't abusive or unkind. It can happen simply through the gradual, almost invisible process of prioritizing connection above individuality, again and again over years. And then, whether through a breakup, a loss, or simply the growing awareness that something is wrong, you find yourself standing alone with a strange blankness where your sense of self used to be. Here's what I want you to know: that self doesn't disappear. It was quiet. It may have dimmed, but it is there, and it remembers itself. The process of finding yourself after losing yourself is really a process of remembering, not inventing something new, but remembering something real. Here are the places I start. Go back to before. What were you like before this relationship? What did you care about? What did you do in your free time? What were your friendships like? What music did you listen to? What made you laugh? You don't have to become the exact person again. Life moved forward, but those memories hold threads that lead back to your authentic self. Spend deliberate time alone, not out of loneliness, but out of attention. Solitude is where you hear your own voice most clearly. If being alone has always felt uncomfortable, this is especially important. Make dates with yourself. Treat them seriously. Reconnect with friendships and interests that got deprioritized. Often when we lose ourselves in a relationship, we also lose our broader world. Friends, hobbies, passions. Reach back out. Restart. Even one reconnection can feel like finding a piece of yourself you thought was gone. Make small daily choices based purely on your own preference. This sounds trivial, but it's profound. What music do you want to listen to? What do you want for dinner? Not what's easy, not what someone else would want, but what do you actually want? These small acts of preference honoring rebuild the muscle of self-knowledge. Be patient with the rebuilding. It took time to lose yourself. It will take time to find your way back. And the self you find on the other side of this, the one who has learned to maintain herself even inside deep love, she is extraordinary. Losing yourself in love doesn't make you foolish. It makes you someone who loves fully. The work now is learning how to love with all of yourself, including the parts that are not distinctly, irrelevantly, beautifully yours. You are worth finding. You are already on your way. Before I let you go, today's episode was brought to you by Prep Starts Now. We spent today talking about showing up for yourself, and part of that is making sure your family is safe and prepared no matter what comes. Prep Starts Now makes that simple with their shop, their academy, and their community. Visit prepstartsnow.com. Link is in the show notes. Stay prepared, stay at peace. Thank you for being here today. I'll see you next week on Welcome to the Unveil. See you then.